In this video I'm showing how I fixed a broken Frigidaire Gallery dishwasher. In our case the dishwasher would start but no water was coming out, so it would run through the full cycle and at the end the dishes were still dry and dirty. And just to demonstrate the issue here, I'm going to put a piece of paper inside and then start the dishwasher and let it run for a few minutes. In the case of our dishwasher, after it runs for a few minutes, it starts making this rumbling sound. And then when I remove the piece of paper, you can see that it's completely dry. This issue is caused by a broken fill valve. Apparently this is just a part that commonly wears out on dishwashers and you just have to replace it to get them working again. Luckily it's pretty easy. First step is to kill the power, and then turn off the water supply to the dishwasher. And then take out the two screws to remove the cover plate at the bottom of the dishwasher. And just to be safe, I used a voltage tester to make sure that I had everything off.
You're the best friend that I have. Sometimes I wish I was dead.
One way to give yourself more room to work with, which makes this a lot easier, is to remove this face plate off the front of the dishwasher. That can be done by removing the 4 screws on the inside of the door here that hold the faceplate on. And just throw a rag down to catch some of the spare water. The first thing you have to do is loosen this nut here that holds the water supply line onto the fill valve. So under the dishwasher here is a really cramped space to work in, and the most you can turn the wrench is about 1/8 of a turn each time. And since the camera angle is not that good anyways, I'm going to fast forward through a lot of this. So after a couple minutes I finally got the water supply line off. The next thing is to remove these 2 screws that hold the fill valve onto the chassis of the dishwasher. And then remove this power cord from the fill valve. The final thing to remove is this black supply line that goes from the fill valve to the dishwasher. I just took a pair of pliers to loosen the clamp up that holds the hose on. It did fight me a little bit until it finally came off. And this is just a shot here of the defective fill valve that I removed. And as for the replacement valve, I found the part number on the manufacturer's site and then ordered it off of Amazon for about 20 bucks. The new part was a little bit different, where it points the supply hose to the dishwasher directly back, whereas the old one was a little offset, but I didn't find this to be a problem. One thing you have to do is transfer this little elbow that was on the old fill valve over to the new one. I just unscrewed it with my wrench, and then put some new thread tape on, and then screwed it into the new fill valve, and then tightened it until it was in the right position to connect to the supply line. So back under the dishwasher here, I'm going to go ahead and connect this black hose first. Again, I just used pliers here to get the clamp in place. And then reconnect this power cable. And then put the 2 screws in to hold the fill valve to the chassis of the dishwasher here. The final thing is to reconnect the supply line that feeds the water from the house to the dishwasher. Going back on, it was a little bit easier because I had the front faceplate off, but it still took a while, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward. So just to button everything back up the way you found it, you'll have to put the front faceplate back on the dishwasher here. I found this was easiest to do with the door almost closed because it slides up underneath of the front control panel. And then you just have to open the door and hold it in place while you put the screws back in. And then put the 2 screws in that hold the bottom cover in place. And turn the water on for the supply to the dishwasher. And finally flip the power. And you're done. So just as a test to prove to YouTube and myself that this actually worked and wasn't a giant waste of time, I put my phone in a Ziploc bag and ran it through the dishwasher. So that's it for this video. Hopefully it saves somebody from going out and buying a new dishwasher when they could just replace this $20 part. Hit the like button if this video was helpful, and thanks for viewing.